Hey everybody, I'm on vacation in Florida. The weather just turned for the worse. We got thunderstorms rolling in right now, so I thought I'd take a break from hanging out at the pool and do a quick vlog while we wait for the clouds to roll through. Yesterday I posted a blog post to make that answers the question that I get a lot about Raspberry Pi. That is, people who get them and they don't know what to do with them. They say, I've got a Raspberry Pi, now what do I do? And there are so much stuff you could do with a Raspberry Pi, it's a hard question to answer. There are so many different options. So on Magazine.com, I did a post that shows about 10 ideas of things you could do with the Raspberry Pi, and I'll put a link to the video in the description. I kind of want to go through some of them here with you now, so let's take a look. So a lot of people right now are talking about Google Glass. Here is an Instructables user, MezTech, who used the Raspberry Pi as a heads-up display, heads-up computer for using it, and I think there's possibility for a lot of options here, a custom Google Glass kind of application. You don't have to wait for Google in that case. A lot of people are using Raspberry Pi for arcade machine emulation, and it's only $35. You can make it very, very small if you want to do gaming on the go, or you can build out a nice enclosure for it and turn it into a full-on arcade cabinet. Raspberry Pi is just powerful enough to run all those cool classic arcade games if you want to build your own. I've seen a few different applications of the Raspberry Pi that use it as a musical instrument, and you can too. This is a fellow ITPer, Scott Garner, who used beets, actual beets, the vegetable, the tuber, to make a machine out of them make a drum machine out of them called the Beatbox. I thought that was a pretty cool project, and I think because the Raspberry Pi has an audio output, you can use it as a synth or a sampler, or maybe there's other ways you can use it as an instrument. I think the Raspberry Pi is also great as a DIY addition for camera projects. This is David Hunt. He's a photographer who created his own DSLR battery grip that makes basically it's a custom computer that you can attach to the bottom of the camera so that you can add your own custom functionality to it. Let's say remote web access or something like that. I think that's a great idea. There are also people using Raspberry Pi to do motion control and time-lapse control. I think the Raspberry Pi is great for learning how to do bare metal programming. If you're interested in assembly, if you're interested in creating your own operating system, check out the University of Cambridge's tutorial on bare metal. The Raspberry Pi is basically a standard platform at this point for learning this sort of stuff, because normally if you have a kind of computer, any kind of PC, let's say, you have to know what kind of chip it is to learn a lot of what you need to do. Since all these learning computers are out there that are the same chip, the same chipset, they take the same instructions, you can follow their instructions for how to write your own OS. And who knows, maybe you're the next Linus Torvalds and you'll be writing whatever the replacement for Linux will be down the road. One of the things I really like about the Raspberry Pi is it lets you live dangerously. At only $35, first of all, it's cheap. You can mess it up and not have to worry about it too much. But also, that Raspbian image is pretty easy to format onto a bunch of different cards. So you can really screw up your operating system if you want, and then you just kind of swap out the card or re-image it and try again. If you've always wondered what the effect of a fork bomb is on your system, or you really want to push it all the way to the max, you can just check it out and see and not worry about what it's going to do to your computer or your operating system. I have talked about this project before. This is my own. This is the Raspberry Pi DIY bike headlight. I think this is a great example of what you can do with projection with Raspberry Pi. Think also what you could possibly do with drones and projection in the Raspberry Pi. I'm picturing a drone carrying a Pico projector pointing downward and having it go up in the air and cast projections down onto the ground in some sort of area. I think that it's another possible application. I think small portable projections and Raspberry Pi, they go hand in hand. I think that we're going to see some cool projects coming out in that area. A lot of people are using Raspberry Pi as just a media center. Make just posted an article about how to do that. I would recommend checking that out. I think that's a great application for the Pi. It's a $35 device you could just connect up to your TV and watch different kinds of streaming programming. If you can't decide between a Roku or an Apple TV, or you just want to roll your own custom version of a home theater PC, check out Raspberry Pi. It might be perfect for you. So check out that post on makescene.com, and if you have another great idea for how to use Raspberry Pi, leave it in the comment below, or leave it on the comment on the article also. I'll have more vlogs coming up this week, I hope. I'm going to Magic Kingdom and Epcot and checking out Disney later this week. I hope to be able to do a video while I'm there and show you guys the cool technology that's going on there. If you have any tips for stuff I should check out, let me know. All right, I'll see you again soon. Bye.